Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furnishings and Appliances, Arrington Funeral Directors, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, and Lifestyle Vision. Good evening, everybody. My name is Seabass, alongside my partner in crime, my color commentator, Chuck Walker. We're coming to you live here from the 901 Memphis, Tennessee, just off of Park Avenue on Cherry Road on the campus of Harding Academy, home of the Lions, as they're set to take on your USJ Bruins in, I can't believe I'm going to say this, Chiquita, but it's the truth, the regular season finale. I can't believe it. 5 minutes ago, we were sweating like dogs in the box getting ready for USJ and Liberty, and here we are getting ready to wrap up the season tonight. When the Bruins win tonight, and the Bruins will win tonight, they'll end the season 9-1. They'll be region champions, and they'll have a week to get ready. They'll have a bye week next week before, we don't know who yet, will be coming in to take on USJ. The Bruins do not have to leave Kirkland Field until the state title game. So someone is going to have to come to Jackson, take on one of the best teams in the state, and beat them on their own turf to keep this team out of a state championship. But there's work to do tonight. They have a game to finish off the regular season, 8-1 on the season. In 7 of the 9 contests, your Bruins have put the mercy rule on their opponent. We do not expect that to be any different tonight. Harding Academy is winless coming into this game, and USJ has already pounded several of the opponents that have beaten Harding Academy. So you certainly expect the Bruins to get things done. Let's check it out from my good friend Chuck Walker. Chiquita, first of all, it's great to see you tonight. What are you expecting out of this game between USJ and Harding Academy?
Honestly, not a lot. As far as the game goes, I don't know what I expect. I expect USJ to score as many times as they need to get the first string out. And then I expect to see a lot of the second string and third string guys come in and make a big difference for the team, because that's always important in what you see to happen. But as far as learning anything or anything like that, no, of course not. You're not going to learn anything about USJ tonight, except for they're a really, really good team against a team like Harding Academy. The question I have for you, you work hard, you go to get a 9-1 record, and I really feel like right now is the way this team is clicking on all cylinders, especially that Jackson Christian game. If they were to play Union City again, we'd be looking at a 10-0 record, but who cares? It wasn't a region game. It doesn't matter, and I think a point could be made. The team got considerably better after that loss. I wonder if you're a coach on this roster, or I'm sorry, on this staff here, do you want the bye week next week, or do you want to keep playing?
It's a great question. It's interesting, and I don't think I'm registering over here. Are y'all picking me up okay?
I can barely hear. I don't know if I can hear you in my headphones or if I'm just hearing you.
I'm not registering over here, so you may check this.
You're good.
Okay. So, thing about this football team is, and yes, they have progressively gotten better, and I'll go back to the TCA game, because when they played TCA,
coming off the bye,
didn't come out particularly sharp. That game was coming off of a bye. Now they ended up pulling away and winning that game 48-14, I believe it was, a 34-point win against a scrappy TCA team. And I would remind you, it's a TCA team that just last week took Jackson Christian all the way to the wire, only to see them losing in the last seconds of the game on a touchdown pass by Gage Boykin. But that's a tough team, and eventually they just pulled away, because this team is so talented and so tough and so good that can beat you in so many different ways. But in regards to, do I want to buy going into the playoffs? This team is not particularly injured. This is they're about as healthy as they've been all year long, with not any major injuries, unless there was some in practice this week that I don't know about. I don't know. I mean, because they've been locked in and laser focused for a while now. I think this is a team that could absorb having a bye week, and whoever comes in, they're going to be decided favorites over in that first playoff game. I think it's fine. I think it's fine, because this is a team that, in my mind, a lot of times for a bye week, you're either looking to get healed because you've got a lot of injuries, or you're trying to figure out something that's not working with your football team that you're trying to get figured out, or you're playing somebody that is so good you really got to come up with a scheme. None of those are the situation. I feel like USJ is exactly where they need to be, and a bye will be just fine for this team.
Okay, totally believe that. And you're right. I mean, Trinity is a much better team than I thought they were going to be this year. Coach Butler always does such a really good job and is able to coach up his guys, and I was impressed with them playing against USJ. But I kind of thought in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm coming off a bye. Obviously USJ would have been a considerable favorite going into that game, even though it's a crosstown rivalry. But I went back on Worthy Road Studios and I watched that Jackson Christian Trinity game. And I don't know that maybe Jackson Christian's better. I don't know that the team that gave it their all that night won. I mean, Trinity plays hard. They're a much better team than I anticipated, and I think you can give all that credit to Coach Butler and his staff and those players for buying into that system because they really did look very good, obviously against USJ, but also against Jackson Christian as well.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's talk a little bit about this. In a few minutes, we'll take a look at some of the games going on around West Tennessee because there's some big ones here in the final week of the regular season. But let's talk about this Bruins and the entire season. We don't have to go over each and every game. That's not what I'm talking about. But some of your thoughts as USJ started the season and where they are right now as a football team. Let's start on the offensive side of the football. I think you could not possibly have asked for more out of a senior season for Kevin Finch. He has been such a tremendous boost for this football team. It opens up so many things for the passing game of Berkeley Pettigrew and this passing attack to know that you have to focus on a guy like Kevin Finch, who is not only fast, not only smart, holds on to the football, strong as a bull. It really kind of just does everything that you're looking out of a running back on the high school level.
Yeah, Kevin Finch has been one of the bigger surprise. I mean, I knew he was a good running back. That's not what I'm saying. But one of the bigger surprises this year because I feel like he's probably been the most important part of this offense. Now, you're going to think about guys like Jace Barksdale. You're going to think about guys like a Pettigrew. You're going to think about this great line, and you're right on all of those. But Kevin Finch in those hard downs, I'm thinking about the Hardin County game and, the 3rd and 4s and the 2nd and 9s and getting those big yards,
right.
Third downs, getting the first downs and things like that. I really believe that he has done all of the dirty work. Now, I've said this every single week. I'm going to say it again. Jace Barksdale affects this team tremendously. The receiver that he is amazing. The special teams player, the return guy that he is amazing. But when you think about his matchup with Jalen Mosley, when you think about his matchup with the gentleman from Hardin County, I'm drawing a blank on his name, he literally closes it. It looks like Sauce Gardner out there. I mean, Darrell Rivas, sorry. The man is unbelievable cover corner. Especially for someone his size. You're not talking about like a 6'1" dude out there. I mean, this guy plays huge, always makes the big play. So this team right here has superstars, and what they've got is a cerebral quarterback who can make all the throws, but doesn't have to all the time. The Pettigrew, the way that he reads the defenses, when he chooses to run, I like it because you're not going to think, this guy's going to run all the time because he doesn't. But every time he runs the ball, it's usually for a first down, and it's always wide open, and it's the right choice. I cannot say enough about those three. And then that offensive line. I mean, come on, what are you talking about? That line is so good. Riley Seals doing a little bit of everything for this team. He's really been involved the past few weeks in the passing attack, and we've seen that and what a weapon he is. I know he's kind of banged up towards the middle of the season, but he looks healthy now. So really not a lot you can say about this offense other than it's clicking.
I was going to go one group at a time. Let's do that.
Next time, write that down so I can read it.
First of all, you mentioned that offensive line. What I like about this offensive line, they are outstanding run blocking, outstanding at pass blocking. And there's not a lot of times, even when you have a good offensive line, there might be one particular part of that offensive line where you have to kind of mask it, and cover up and do that. You don't have to do that at all. I mean, there's not a weak link on that offensive line. Love that. From the passing game, you mentioned Raleigh Seals and his role in the passing game. It's been huge. They love to find him down those hashes and on those hot routes, and he does a great job. He's got soft hands for a big guy, knows what to do after the catch. And then, of course, that receiving core you talk about, led by Jace Barksdale, but certainly not limited to by any stretch of the imagination. Davis Sane, who transferred in from Nashville, is a senior this year, 6'5", and he has been a huge find for Coach Strapp and this team. He's done so much, not only high-pointing footballs, great in the red zone, but he's a tremendous blocker. And he's also started playing some safety on the defense.
And been lights out, yeah.
And looked like he's been doing it his whole life. And then I think one of the biggest things that has helped this team all year long was the emergence of Noah Spencer about halfway through the season. I think, and matter of fact, I want to say it was the Jackson Christian game where he really went off. I think he had 2 touchdowns in that one. And really, the sophomore kind of showed up. So the receiving core is certainly there. Offensively, they're clicking on all cylinders. Special teams has been solid throughout the year. Defensively, Chuck, oh boy, I mean, where do you even start? This team has not surrendered 20 points in a game all season long. Not one time. It ain't gonna be tonight. I promise.
Knock it on wood. Well, I mean, there are 2 end zones here. I think
you
so.
can go to the Redwood Forest and knock on it. They're not giving up 20 tonight.
I want to start with Ty O'Neal, and I know that's where you want to start too. And you can commentate on his play even better than I can. But man, he has made, and again, we go back to the Hardin County game because 2 games to me stick out in my mind the most. 3 really when you think about the Jackson Christian game, just because that was such a big game. But I think we learned USJ is quite a bit better than Jackson Christian, at least on that night they were. But Ty O'Neal in that Hardin County game really stepped in the pressure that he took, and he takes away an entire side of the field. And then you've got great linebackers. You got Brooks Jones back there leading the charge. You got really good linebackers. Sam McMillan, of course. And then you've got such good cover corners. So I think for me it starts with Ty O'Neal, because when you can take an entire side of the field away, then everybody else can kind of, take that one shimmy to the left, right? You know what I mean? We're going to stop this side because our man right here, he's got this side shut down.
Yeah, and Kanye Sawyer's been playing a lot more defense lately, too, on that defensive line. He's looked really good. You mentioned Ty O'Neal. Even though I don't know Ty personally, I've talked to several people about this young man, and 2 things that really stick out.
My nephew.
Extremely smart. Is that true?
No.
Then please don't say that.
All
right. One, he is extremely smart. From what I said, and not just as in the classroom, but as a football player, a football IQ off the charts, an extremely likable young man. But man, when that whistle blows, I mean, you talk about relentless. He does a great job, and it really, you highlighted the Hardin County game, and I thought that was a great example of it, because that was a big offensive line that the Tigers brought in there, and the thing that he religiously whipped the left side of that offensive line by not allowing them to get those hands in on those pads, because he's so quick and so strong. He understands leverage, he understands angles, and gets off the ball about as fast as anybody you're going to see in this particular classification. But yeah, and you talk about the secondary. Parker Barnes and Will Horton were hurt. They're both back. You mentioned Jace Barksdale, the job that he's done. We mentioned Davis Saint playing in there, but let's not forget about Alex Wallace, who's done a great job. Especially the main time you see Alex Wallace, it's not usually breaking up a pass. It's coming up and making a great tackle out in the flat, on run support or swing passes, things like that. And he takes great angles, closes well. This is the thing about the defense. I mean, the reason they haven't given up 20 points, because they've certainly played offenses who are capable of putting up those type of points. But, man, they've also put you to a decision. They're great sideline to sideline. They don't get beat deep, and they really don't get moved a whole lot off the point of attack. How many teams have you seen be able to run the football how and when and where they wanted to against that USJ defense? Other than the Union City game, the quarterback around the right side, that's the only thing that really. Now, Union City, that's what they do.
Right, that's all they do.
But that's the only team we've seen have any type of success running the football at all against USJ all season long.
And that was such a back and forth game with a couple of big plays and a timeout on extra. There was a couple of small things that happened in that game that I felt like changed the complexion at the end, but I mean, no one has ran it at will. They were able to run it because, I mean, they did get the victory and they were able to, put some points on the board. But I wouldn't say, wow, they're controlling the clock with their run game. I mean, USJ had a ton of big stops, ton of 3-and-outs in that game.
No question about it. So it's been a complete season. It's been a successful season. And tonight the regular season wraps up here in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll take this quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on around West Tennessee in the final week of high school football for the regular season, that is. And that's when it's go time. That's when it really gets cranked up starting next week with the playoffs. In the meantime, live from Harding Academy in Memphis, Tennessee, this is Worthy Road Studios coverage of USJ football.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Just for you to
I've
be able to
saved
get your
lives.
races, whatever you need.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Watch this. Take a look.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all?
What do you got to say to that?
At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Good.
Seabass and Paul Schulze live from.
I mean, I don't know.
What you can do is stop talking.
I just don't know how you don't understand this. We're sorry about your commercial break interruptions.
I'm not.
Good Lord.
We are about 11 minutes away from kickoff here in Memphis, Tennessee. Harding Academy and USJ, the Bruins and the Lions. And we can't wait to bring you all the play-by-play coverage. And by the way, this is a really pretty campus. It's almost like it almost has the feel of a small college. You know, say what it reminds me of. Tell you what it reminds me of. Now, I haven't been there in many years, but back in the 90s, I had a buddy of mine. He played baseball there, and he used to go to Bethel in McKenzie.
Really good point. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that. I've heard it's very different now.
Yeah, well, they've added on as they've gotten bigger. But, yes, I went there before they made all the expansions and stuff.
There wasn't even a football stadium there because they didn't have a football team at the time.
Yeah, but they had – it started off with just a small row of bleachers just like over here. You're right. And the field looks very similar. It's a great call.
And they had their softball team because my man, he played baseball. His girlfriend was on the softball team was across town. It wasn't even on campus,
right.
But I'm given to understand that it is absolutely fantastic. Now, I need to get over there and check that out.
Good news is McKenzie, so across town's not that big a deal.
That seems fair, and I'll tell you something. Speaking of McKenzie, what kind of program has Wade Comer got this year, man?
Dr. Comer doing it.
Had a conversation on the cheap seats during the week, and the question went something like this. And the question was not who's the best team in West Tennessee. It was who has the best chance to win a state championship and bring it back to West Tennessee. My first thought was McKenzie. I thought about McKenzie. I thought about this team that we're calling tonight, USJ. You certainly think about Haywood and some of these teams. Westview, once again, because they've gotten red hot. After those first 2 weeks, they haven't been touched. I mean, they've been rolling, and they've won some big games, no doubt. Matter of fact, they were the only team who've beaten Union City this year. Not only did they beat them, they handled Union City. So it sounds like they got things going over there. And Martin, once again, for the defending state champions in Class 2A. So I'll ask you, if you had to pick one team that you think has the best chance to win a state championship in West Tennessee, hold on to it because we're going to do the national anthem. When we come back, we'll find out who Chuck thinks has the best chance on Worthy Road Studios.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee, as USJ and the Harding Academy Lions are about 6 minutes away from getting it on right here in the regular season finale. And boy, it has been our pleasure to bring you this regular season. Now, obviously, we will not be on the air next week because we will be taking off. Yeah, because we're suspended. That's what's going on. As we look across the way, your captains, as they have been all season long, Mark Hawks, the offensive lineman, Berkeley Pettigrew, the senior quarterback, Kevin Finch, the outstanding running back, and, of course, Parker Barnes back healthy. Once again, played last week, played meaningful minutes, and it's good to see number 2 back on the field again, right?
Oh, absolutely. And what a lift he is for this team, doing everything that he does for them. But, yeah, they got healthy. I mean, you hate to ever have an injury, but, it's going to happen throughout the football season. And really, other than Hayes Carney, I think everybody is back healthy here for the Bruins.
For the Harding Academy Lions, who come into this game at 0-9 on the season, head coach Herbert Kendall. Their captains are senior offensive lineman Tristan Parker, as well as I don't have a number 3 on our roster, and this is the official Harding Academy roster. So number 3 will be Pete tonight. Number 50, Jonathan Akongbe, the senior offensive lineman, and lastly, number 2, Blake Oswell, the senior running back. And why do I mention senior? Because this team only has 4 of them on the whole roster. And that kind of explains, Chuck, I think, explains a lot of the struggles that the Lions have had this year. They're undersized, but they are just so young. I mean, you look at this roster and look at all these 9th and 10th graders. That's the bulk of this football team is freshmen and sophomores. There's a decent-sized junior class, but only 4 seniors on this roster. It's not hard to see why this Lions team has struggled.
No, not at all. And really undersized. I mean, Berkeley Pettigrew, the quarterback for USJ, is bigger than probably just, if there's 30 kids on this roster, 25 kids, he's bigger than about 22 of them. So, that's the thing. Before this break, or before we went on break, you asked me who I thought had the best chance to win the state championship, bring it back to West Tennessee. Not being a total homer here, I think McKenzie's going to run into some problems at the state title game. Not being a total homer here, I think USJ, I think this is their year. This is the most complete team that you've seen, that I've seen of USJ in a long time. They're still in Division II, Class Single A. I think USJ has the best opportunity to bring home a state championship to West Tennessee. Now, do I think Martin could do it? Of course I do. Do I think that McKenzie could do it? Yes, I do. I think USJ has the best chance to bring it home to West Tennessee.
By the way, the one that we're missing, they had it wrong on here, that is senior quarterback D'Angelo Love, who is wearing number 3. He's 13 on our roster, but he is number 3 in the game tonight. Big kid, tall frame.
Number 1 in our hearts.
It looks like the guy. Well, it doesn't mind, but
number 3 in the field.
I'm pulling for the Bruins.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too. I don't know why I said that. I just like to talk.
I don't want to be demanding.
Are the Bruins going to receive the kick again for like the 9th week in a row?
Possibly scoot over, maybe a little.
You mean square it with a pole here?
I don't mind. Yeah, what Chuck is talking about is the fact that the Bruins have had the opening kickoff in 8 of 9 contests this year, and you can absolutely bet that if they win the coin toss, they will take the ball. As a matter of fact, We're going to make it an even 9 of 10. The Bruins win the toss, and they have decided to receive. So, Chuck, they'll put that vaunted Bruin offense on the field to start things off.
And, the question you're going to ask, because some teams have gone away from this, kicking to Jace Barksdale and to Finch and guys like that. Will they kick it? Will they try to squib it? USJ has, there's been a couple of opening onside kicks that USJ has missed, either coming out of halftime or onside kick to start the game. So maybe they've been looking at the scouting report, maybe see an onside kick here for Harding Academy.
And I'll tell you something else. You asked me about that bye week. It's also an opportunity to throw in a couple of different wrinkles, fix a few things that might ail you. Kickoff return coverage and kickoff coverage. If there's anything, maybe you look at a couple of those things. And remember, in the middle of the season, also all of a sudden we started seeing the read option. And Berkeley Pettigrew keeping the football. And, by the way, is there any more important person to this football team than Berkeley Pettigrew? I mean, there's a huge cogs in there. They're all important. But Berkeley Pettigrew has been so good, so consistent, so sound in his senior year. All season long. There's no doubt. I can find very little to pick apart about his game. He's smart, doesn't generally turn the football over. He rarely throws it into double coverage, and almost always find when somebody works their way open, which is usually number 8, by the way, Jace Barksdale, but he seems to make the right decision almost every time.
Yes, and yes. Something I would add. His mobility, he can move around that pocket. That's not something. You can have a kid that's tall. You can have a kid with a good arm. You can have a kid that, makes the right decision on when to hand it off. But a kid, you can't teach speed, unfortunately, because then the Walkers would have been better athletes. But you can't teach speed. But he's got that, and he's able to move around. He doesn't do it haphazardly where he doesn't need to, but when you see him spin and roll out to his right or roll out to his left, buying that extra time, that's what allows guys like Barksdale to get open, or guys like Seals to come off where they are and go to the ball.
Yeah, this is called scouting right here. As you can see, USJ 10 players from the 35, between the 35 and the 45, if you will. The only Bruin back deep is Jace Barksdale. Makes you wonder if they've seen this story before, and they know that Harding may not be able to kick the ball all that deep. Kicking off for the Lions, Juan Valdivia, the freshman kicker, as we get ready to start things off here on a beautiful night here in the 901. Chiquita, you ready for a little high school football, baby?
I am. I have a little freshman-on-freshman kickoffs here.
All right, here we go. And, of course, want to say hi to our producer and director back at Jackson's News Talk, 101.5 FM, Mr. Bryce Mudd. He brought you a pregame show this afternoon, and he will give you the postgame show as well as soon as we're done with this, and we'll take it all the way until 10 o'clock. But for now, we have a football game to call. And it just looks by the direction that Valdivia is going to attempt an onside kick. We will see. Maybe he does, but he's literally pointed at this left hash.
I think he's just left-footed. I'm left-footed. I don't know if you knew that about me. Right-handed, left-footed.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, here we go. Valdivia with the kick. It's a high kick, and it's a fair catch, and that's a smart play by USJ. That is number 16, Aaron Tunstall, on the catch, and that will be the 41-yard line where the Bruins begin action tonight on offense with the football from their own 41-yard line.
Tunstall's one of those guys, too. He's surprised me over the past few weeks how quick he is as well. You wonder where all this speed comes from. You're like, oh, well, Finch is fast. Oh, Barksdale's fast. Oh, Titus Taylor, he's fast too. Oh, Tunstall's quick.
So
there's just speed everywhere.
What are we thinking? Finch, B-gap, either left or right side?
Yeah, I'm going to say left side because he's lined up on the left side, yeah. Oh, Riley Seals.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, no, I'm with you. I'm just saying what they're going to do. But Riley Seals is over there on the right, drop back.
Follow Riley. That might be where the balls go. Well, I'll say right side B-gap. Here we go. That should be a false start. No call, but they're going for it all on first down. Pass a little underthrown, but a great adjustment that time by, I believe, Barksdale on the reception. He's still on his feet down to the 20, still cutting back all the way across the field, still on his feet, makes 5 men miss, and it's a rush to the angle, to the pylon. Will he get it? He does. You would have to watch this one on SportsCenter tonight. That's a 59-yard hookup from Berkeley Pettigrew to Jace Barksdale, and he made about 37 people miss. There was somebody at the concession stand buying M&Ms who tried to make a tackle, and he missed too.
Get your toilet paper, get your shaving cream. There's a party on Barksdale Cove after this reception. 59 yards to open the game. We were both way off with the run here. This is all about really nice blocking down the field, but more than anything, a little bit of poor tackling mixed in with a lot of great running by Jace Barksdale.
And that is Sykes with the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. And 25 seconds into this football game, your new score, USJ 7 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet.
I like Chevrolet.
Let's see
Let's
if,
see,
if
peace
we
of
have.
mind.
I want to see. I thought the receiver here to the right got off the ball before the snap, but that on that frame, the play's already in play. Let's see here. All right, English with the kickoff, a high boot that will be taken about the 15-yard line by Harding Academy, cutting all the way across the field, still on his feet. Needs a block, gets it, and is finally taken down about the 31-yard line, and that's where the Lions will begin 1st and 10.
Yeah, Will Atkins with the return there for the Lions and giving them a little bit of a spark that I didn't know that we would see. Received it on the sideline, the far sideline, ran hard about 30, 40 yards across the field to the right side, gained about 10 from where it was kicked, and so, a little bit of spark of energy here for the Lions, and honestly, in a game like this, you're going to have to take it where you can get it.
So the Lions with their first possession of the game, and let's see who they have going at quarterback. All right, that's going to be number 10, Devin Scripp, the sophomore quarterback from the gun. Blake Oswell, the senior running back, flank to his left. It's twins to the short side. The short side is the right. One receiver to the bottom. He's facing Will Horton. That's a tough matchup. Will, great in man coverage. Here's the snap. It's high, but taken down in the backfield, and absolutely nothing doing that time. Runaway freight train, Sam McMillan and Will Horton, Parker Barnes in on the tackle for the Bruins. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, that line was just completely collapsed there. You'll see on this replay how USJ just immediately steps through and collapses, and there's nowhere for them to go.
And again, this Harding offense has just not been able to score all season long. So here we go, 2nd and 14. Scripp with the high snap, rolling to his left, under pressure, and now taken down. That's going to be illegal contact. And the ball is on the ground now, scooped up by the Bruins, and on the ground again, and then fallen on by USJ. Now, this is a very interesting play because the play itself, I believe this is going to be considered a pass. And if so, it's illegal contact by the Lions because the first person to touch that football was an offensive lineman. But let's take a look at this replay. Yeah, he cannot touch that football. So here's a high snap, lots of pressure. That's Alex Wallace under the pressure. And here comes Ty O'Neill. And he throws the ball. Now, the question is that a pass? The official has to say so. Yeah, he says that it is. That's why the flag was thrown. So this is going to be illegal contact. They're saying false start, but and then there's the other right there. So there was more than one penalty on the play. So when it's all said and done, the Lions will keep the football. That was a very confusing play. But it will be all the way back to the 15-yard line, setting up 2nd and 27 for the Lions.
Yeah, the thing about it is immediately USJ's just back there to meet the ball, even from the shotgun formation. That's not buying the Lions any time.
Yeah, and here's a high snap over the head of the quarterback who goes down and falls on it wisely. That is Devin Scripp. Ball went over his head all the way back down to the 1-yard line, setting up, believe it or not, 3rd and 41.
From the one, you'll see this replay here. Just a really bad snap. The only thing you can't have happen here happened. I mean, it's the only thing that make it any worse is if you're down in the end zone.
So let's see. That's going to actually bring up, no, they have it listed as fourth down, but because that penalty, is that right?
Lost it down on the penalty.
I got you, lost it down. That's what it is. You're absolutely right about that. So D'Angelo Love into punt from his own end zone.
trying to get 11 men on the field here. A little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, Spencer and Barksdale at the Lion 35-yard line. Let's see if USG elects to go after it. I doubt they will on this, and not much reason to. Here's the snap. Love gets it away. It's a wobbler that hits about the 5-yard line and is going to be right there. That's going to be about a 2-yard punt, and USJ is going to get the ball at the 3-yard line.
And here's what's dangerous about this. USJ is all around this ball. It looks like, I don't know if the punt was deflected initially, but it may have hit a Bruin, and the Lions fell on it, but it may have been deflected initially in the end zone.
If you want to see on the replay, he kind of tossed the ball and then swung his leg to kick it. You cannot do that. You do that. That's what happened right there is going to happen every single time. Watch it right here.
Yeah, but let's watch this and see if it hits a Bruin player. Okay, that was tipped by number 37.
No, that was Davis Sane.
Or 17, yeah, that hit it. Okay, but that hit a Bruin, and then the Lions received it.
All right, here we go. 1st and goal for the Bruins. Here's the slant, and it is incomplete, intended for Barksdale, just a little bit in front of him. Incomplete, 2nd and goal for the Bruins.
Yeah, Pettigrew put a little pepper on that one. Pettigrew put a little pepper on that one, throwing it in just a little bit behind Barksdale there, but he had him if the pass was to him. Linebacker tries to step up, but Jace Barksdale gets that ball if it's anywhere near.
Let's see. I'll be stunned if this is not Kevin Finch. Maybe a little right side B gap. Make it to the left. He cuts back inside and easily strolls into the end zone for a touchdown. The 2nd touchdown of the evening. That's a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. And already just 2.5 minutes into this game, the Bruins have struck for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, you'll see here you got a pulling guard, number 61 here for the Bruins. That's big Rory Jones. He pulls a lot, especially to that left side, obviously, as a right guard just opens up a huge hole for Finch.
English in for the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's low, but it is good. And your new score with 9:32 left to go in the first quarter, USJ 14 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studio.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to Harding Academy. Here is English's kick taken at the 10-yard line by the Lions, cutting across the field just like he did last time, and has a wall just like he did, still going 45 and all the way up to the 47-yard line. This is what we talked about. If there's some things we need to work on, it's kickoff coverage. I don't think we've seen anyone bust one for a touchdown this year, but several times they've gotten up around midfield, and here's another great return for the Lions.
You'll see this here. That's Will Atkins again on the return. And all this is, and I know Coach Hardigree is going to talk to him, this is blown lane assignment, right? You got to stay in your lane. You can't pursue the ball because if they sweep it around to the right side, that you're not going to have that lane containment over there, and that's what he was able to expose there. I guarantee you that gets fixed in 2 weeks. You're not going to have guys from the left side sweeping over here to the right to get beat around the edge again.
All right, so here we go with their second possession of the evening. Script, the quarterback from the gun. Here's the snap. Handoff straight up the middle, maybe a yard. A late flag comes in here at the end of this play. We'll see what it is, but maybe a half-yard gain on first down for the Lions.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag could be there. It came from a back judge here. What are your thoughts?
I have none. Not so far. I didn't see anything. That was just a gigantic mass of humanity. I didn't see anything that really stuck out, so we'll wait and see what the White Hat has to say.
It's going to be tough to move this ball up the middle.
We've got a hold on the Lions. USJ can take it if they want to or decline it, really. I don't think that it matters tonight, but I would imagine they'll take it, making it 1st and 20. We just saw a minute ago the Lions facing distance was 3rd and 41. So now starting off this drive, 1st and 20, and they just don't have that type of offensive power to be shooting themselves in the foot like that.
No, I mean, what do you do against a team this good? I mean, it's not like you're going to have much better luck around the edge. USJ does a really good job. You can see what they did against Cam Boyd from Jackson Christian, setting the edge too. I just don't think you're going to be able to move the ball with a woefully undersized offensive line through the middle. You've got huge guys, Kanye Sawyer and the rest of them up front there. You got to try to get to the edge just to see if someone missed an assignment or something, right?
And that's the thing is they're getting where they need to get with 3. They're not even bringing anybody because they don't have to.
Right.
And if that and think about that, if that's the case, and you've got a sophomore quarterback on an offense that hasn't moved the ball all year, and they're getting in your face with 3 people, that means there's 8 behind them in coverage. So
I don't know what you do.
We'll see what happens. But Scripp from the gun from their own 38-yard line, facing 1st and 20 here. Only 9:24 gone off this clock. Here we go. Here's a snap that's over the head of Scripp. He has to drop backwards and fall on the football. That's going to be a loss of about another 11 yards. So after 3rd and 41, we are now looking at 2nd and 31 in this drive.
And you'll look right here. Watch Ty O'Neal come through this line. As he pushes his way through the tackle here, the tackle just hits the ground trying to bring Ty O'Neal back. Ty O'Neal actually pulled the tackle down with the back of his jersey. He was trying to hold on to Ty O'Neal. Ty O'Neal kept moving forward, and the tackle fell.
And the snaps have clearly been an issue. I don't know that I'd stay in the gun because this ball has gone well over the head a couple of times very early on in this game. Now here's a snap, Scripp straight to him, rolling to his right, under pressure, looking. We have a flag, and he is absolutely decleated there by Brooks Jones right by the sideline. Holy smokes, he'll lose a couple yards on the play, but we're going to have another hold here on the Lions. Will definitely be declined on this one. There's no reason not to, but what a shot Scripp took by Brooks Jones.
Yeah, Brooks Jones came in and hit him hard. He still held the ball. They flagged it right after that, but they're talking to the USJ sideline now. This is a huge hold here from the left side coming off of this ball. And, I'd be nervous, too, if Kanye Sawyer was right over the top of me. But, again, that snap was high.
Let's take a look at this hit at the end of the play. I mean, the snap seemed all right this time. It hit right in the number, just right below the waist that time. But, the hold, huge hold right there. But look at this hit closing in. Boom! Man, and Brooks Jones didn't leave his feet. Didn't launch anything like that and still delivered a major blow. So 3rd and 31 for the Lions. It's going to be a 4-wide receiver set for the Lions. Trips to the left. The wide receiver's coming here in the linebacking core. He had to back up now. Here's a man splitting out even further. Scripp from the gun. One back beside him to his right. Here's the snap to Scripp looking to his left, looking to fire the slant. It's intercepted by Jones. Nobody there. Cutting back across the field, and he will he get in? It's going to be close. Chiquita, did he get in? He got tackled just short. It's going to be right around the 2-yard line, but that was a very ill-advised throw. USJ closing in on that in route, and Brooks Jones nearly has a house call.
Yeah, and the thing about it, you'll see Will Horton here. He tells him, he's like, no, I'm not going to line up man. I'm going to jump this route. Brooks Jones actually jumped in front of Will Horton, who was jumping the route. Either one of those Bruins would have had the pick there, but I actually saw Will Horton before, and when he shook his hand over there, he's like, no, I'm not going to line up man with him. I'm just going to jump this route across the long side of the field, and he certainly did, or could have, but Jones said, you know what, I'll take a piece of this.
Bruins on the doorstep once again. Pettigrew brings the offense to the line of scrimmage, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Twins to the right. Here's a pass that's batted at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. That is an incomplete pass. For some reason, Harding Academy's trying to fall on it, but that is a pass batted down, and it will be 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
Well, no whistle. You got to fall. I didn't hear a whistle.
Oh, no.
You got to play a live ball until you hear the whistle going. So, I don't blame Harding Academy there a bit. Yeah, that was big number 33 actually jumping in front of Pettigrew, who's a tall kid, Lucas Everett, to bat that down, doing all that he could, taking away that slant route to the middle there.
Let's see if they do that fade route here to Davis Sane. He's man-to-man with a guy that's about 5'7". He has about a 10-inch reach on him. Instead, there'll be a convoy for Kevin Finch, who will stroll into the end zone untouched for a Garrett Plumbing Heating touchdown, the 3rd of the evening for the Bruins. And we're not 5 minutes into this contest, and Kevin Finch already with his 2nd touchdown.
So we've seen a 59-yard drive for a score for USJ, a 1-yard drive and score, and then another 1-yard or a 5-yard drive and score for USJ.
I mean, the Bruins have like 6 yards of offense, and they lead 21-0. That's if they make the extra point, which is up. And it is by English, and it is good. And your new score with 7:10 left to go here in the first quarter, USJ 21 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Will Atkins back deep for the Lions. That ball will hit at the 3 and go into the end zone for the first touchback of the evening for English.
You know, I just got a message here from our buddy Ronnie. He listens to us every day on Everybody Talks from 8:30 to 11 on 101.5. He said Herbert Kendall, the coach here for the Lions, was a stud at Lexington, and he played at Memphis. He said he forgot about that name until we mentioned it. I had no idea.
Kendall.
Herbert's a good name. That seems like a man that would shake your hand strongly. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Mac Weaver is on this team as well. Mac Weaver played football at Vanderbilt.
You know, Dreamweaver was featured in Wayne's World.
It sure was. I love that song, but I'm going to say Dollars to Donuts. You don't know who sang that song.
Dreamweaver. It'd be just now.
It'd be Mr. Gary Wright. All right, here we go.
Gary.
Devin Script from the gun. Trips to the left. One wide receiver to the right. And
early movement.
As Chuck told you, false start on the Lions.
I mean, my tailback just stood straight up. He's like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, that's and you know, apologies. This is a very difficult game to call because when I say there's no flow to it, I mean I'm being very generous about that. Now that's not on the part of the Bruins. They're doing everything that you got to do, but Harding makes it very hard. Just because it's so discombobulated to make the smooth call. Here we go. Script from the gun. Same formation, trips in a bunch formation. That's actually D'Angelo Love calling his own number around the left edge, and he's not going anywhere. Matter of fact, he'll lose a ton of yards, and that's Brooks Jones, who's already had a fantastic football game, and we're only 5 minutes into it. That's going to be about a 7-yard loss, and that'll bring up second, and what are we looking at, 22?
Yeah, and you'll see Brooks Jones step in right over the top of the slot receiver there, shed him off, and just shoot himself into the backfield.
Nobody to block. Nobody blocking for you. There's nowhere that Love could have went. He tried to call his own number around the left edge, tried to string it out. He's a good-looking, long athlete, but if there's nobody blocking for you, there's not much you're going to be able to do, especially against this defense. Same formation, Love from the gun. Here's the snap. Calls his own number, this time around the right edge, and waiting for him is Sam McMillan, who slams him down to the turf and maybe back to the line of scrimmage, setting up 3rd and over 20 for the Lions.
Yeah, and I think Raleigh Sills was in on that one as well over here to the side, maybe right there, number 0, Raleigh Sills, just waiting for him. There's no holes. There's nowhere for these lines to run. I mean, it's just which guy do I want to tackle me from USJ right now, because there's no open
and you're right. From this 3-4 defense, that was actually Raleigh Sills on the tackle solo-wise. Just really wraps up and slams D'Angelo Love, who had nobody blocking in front of him. And I bet Raleigh Sills like, wow, does it really get any easier than this? 3rd and a cab ride for the Lions. Here's the snap to Love, firing to his right, and it is nearly picked off. That would have been a house call for Jace Barksdale. That would have been an easy stroll into the end zone. He may have dropped that on purpose.
I've never seen him drop it. Watch this replay here. Tell me if he ever closes his hands to catch the ball, kind of bend his fingers
like
he slapped it down. Yeah,
let's see here.
It very well may have been. Yeah, Jace catches. He catches that ball anytime he wants to. Jace being the consummate gentleman they normally is.
Because that's an easy pick six for sure.
You may want to return a kick here. Work on some things.
Could be. Work on some things because he was totally in position. So Love not only was the quarterback on this drive, he's also the punter here. He's going to be standing on his goal line. A low snap that he does get away. It's a high punt that is going to hit about the 35 and take a line bounce, and Barksdale will back away from it smartly, and the ball will come to rest at the Lion 42-yard line, where the Bruins will begin their third possession of the game. You're saying third. They've already got 21 points. One of those was a
pick six from Brooks Jones.
Pick six from Brooks Jones.
House call, 59-yard touchdown pass to open the game for Barksdale.
Yeah, you know what? That wasn't. He didn't get into the end zone. He got down.
He got into the one.
That's right. We got 2 touchdown runs for Kevin Finch, and then the other was Barksdale's amazing run. Yeah,
I knew you were lying.
Amazing run. I hate to lie y'all like that.
It was 59 yards. It looked like a pick six. It was a 59-yard pass.
For sure. That's what I said. They've
fault.
got this game all out of whack. But here are the Bruins 1st and 10 from the Lion 43-yard line. Play action, and looks like maybe Spence stopped on the route, maybe not on the same page that time. Ball sails out of bounds over the head of Noah Spencer.
Definitely miscommunication there. Noah Spencer, watch him right here at the top of your screen. He's still run blocking down the field here when Pettigrew puts the ball. Look here, block.
Which you can't do when the ball's in the air. So,
block. Yeah, he thought this was a run play, so definitely a little bit of miscommunication there.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bruins from the Lion 43-yard line, and really everything is in play right now. It just is. Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his right, Twins to your right. Here's a little miscommunication, but Finch ends up with the ball straight up the gut down that left seam. A big run on 2nd down all the way down to the 26-yard line, and that is good for about 17 yards and more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Really, you don't see a bad snap from USJ often. This one right here kind of gets up. I think Finch actually takes this snap. It's kind of, shot over to the right of Pettigrew, but Finch gets the ball nonetheless, runs it up for, 15, 16-yard gain there?
Good call on your part, amigo. I think that's exactly what happened. And it wasn't meant to go to him. That's, I don't know. Maybe did it clip
direct snap?
Raleigh Seals, maybe? I don't think so, but we'll see. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap to give to Finch. Sidesteps a runner, still on his feet and tripped up around the 21-yard line. But I'll love to show you this replay. That's a 7-yard gain, but watch the quick feet of Kevin Finch. And watch this. Now, there's good penetration into the backfield, but he sidesteps this defender just after getting the football. Watch this. Here's the snap. It goes to Pettigrew. Finch gets it. Look, there's a man right there and does a great job of holding on to that football, sidestepping, and ends up with about 6-7 yards on that play.
Yeah, if not for Kevon Chapman, I think Finch takes that one all the way. Good ankle tackle there. Small victories right now for Harding Academy.
Take what you can get. 2nd and 3 for the Bruins. Swing pass to the short side flat. That's Finch caught at the 15, 10, 5, and untouched into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. It's the first touchdown pass to Kevin Finch. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns, and it doesn't get any easier than that Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown from Pettigrew to Finch.
Look at number 5 here on this pass, the blocking downfield. That's why Noah Spencer was practicing a few minutes ago when there was a miscommunication. Really good block. Took his man completely out of bounds there just about.
Oh, this is tough. So here's the extra point. It's English once again. It is up and it is good. And your new score with 3:45 left to go here in the first quarter. USJ 28 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state. But we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Welcome back to the 9:01. Here is English's kick taken about the 6-yard line. And not so much luck this time. Outstanding tackle by the Bruins, and they will take down Will Atkins around the 26-yard line. Much better coverage that time by the Bruin kickoff team.
You know, but that's why I have a second here. We want to congratulate the USJ ladies soccer team and Coach Paul for their state championship today. They competed for it today and won that. Way to go, news. Ladies. Way to go, coaches. But, yeah, huge day for USJ. Oh, and all the games are on Worthy. Yeah, I was about to say it, Paul, but I had to get a drink. Yeah, all the games are on Worthy Road Studios. You want to go back and watch that.
So the Lions, when I say they need to get something going, I'm being very kind about that. D'Angelo Love from the gun, from their own 26-yard line. Here's the snap. Love rolling to his right, looking, and going to call his own number and end up losing yardage. Strung out beautifully by the USJ defense. What are you going to give that one to Will Horton?
Will Horton.
On the tackle and run support. It's going to be a loss of about 3 yards on first down. Have they had a positive play yet?
Maybe a yard, but, I mean, literally, I think USJ's Ty O'Neill could have had him right here. I think they're literally deciding who gets to make the tackle.
Problem is, when Love rolls like that, he's not looking downfield to see if somebody's coming open, and so the Bruins are simply just leaving people coming in to run support, and there's nowhere for Love to go.
Yeah, I mean, Will Horton's cornerback. I mean, he's normally on a guy there, but going downfield, but nobody's really going downfield here.
So 2nd and 13. The ball on the floor or on the field and picked up by USJ. I believe that's Raleigh Seals, who's carrying Lions, still on his feet and all the way down to the 20-yard line. Just a bad exchange that time between Love and his running back. I believe that was Lucas Everett in the backfield. It's not a clean exchange. Ball hits Everett in the stomach and just falls down on the ground, and Raleigh Seals just bends down, picks it up, and keeps on running.
Raleigh didn't even bend that much as he just took those long arms down to the ground, grabbed it, stood straight back up to return the ball. And, this is – all right, so at what point – we got 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter of action here. The clock ticking, 2:04 now. How far are you getting up in the first half before you pull your starters? 35, 42, something like that maybe?
The second team – for USA would bury Hardin.
I agree. I don't disagree with you a bit.
I'll say this. I can't imagine a scenario in which they're playing in the second half. You never know. But
what about second quarter?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Here's Barksdale in motion. Will pass on end around. Barksdale looking for a seam. Beautiful kick out block by Kanye Sawyer at the 15 and taken down at the 14-yard line. That was a great job closing for Blake Oswald, the senior for Harding Academy, to make that tackle on a great player like Barksdale in the open field. Barksdale very patient that time. Still a nice gain on first down for the Bruins.
One of the things tonight that's so good is, they are being able to patient with the run and find their lanes. You're normally not going to have this much time, so you're not going to see the explosiveness in the backfield because you can literally see the blocks setting up for you to find an open lane with no resistance.
Minute 4 left to go here in the first quarter. Bruins up 28-0. Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his right. Here's the snap and the give to Finch straight up the middle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and standing up for his 4th touchdown here in the first quarter is Kevin Finch, but we have a flag on the play, so hold up. You'll have to wait for the next play to get that 4th touchdown, I would imagine, because we have a holding call, and it's on the Bruins. Don't see a whole lot of that.
That's a great point. I don't know that we've seen very much of it now. But sometimes when you have so much time to block and to find someone to block,
if I can find it.
Right here, number 76.
It was actually downfield around the 5-yard line. Not really necessary, but absolutely the right call.
Yeah, I thought that was not 76 on the
whole
there. Yeah, it's Figueroa.
I wasn't going to point it out.
Well, no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't even think he meant
76 is a beautiful number.
It is. Was that your number?
In high school.
Look at you.
It wasn't available when I got to Clarksville, so I had the inverse.
We should have transferred, entered the portal.
Well, I did, sort of. All right, here's Finch once again at 10 and still moving his feet and all the way down to the 6-yard line. More than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down and first and goal for the Bruins as Finch wants that 4th. But he probably is not going to get it here in the first quarter unless the Bruins want to hurry and get another playoff because we're down to the last 15 seconds and the Bruins do not look like they are in any particular type of hurry. And now they are. They're rushing to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they can get it off. 5, 4, 3, 2. They do snap it. Looking to his left is Pettigrew, looking for a man. Nobody open, calling his own number, and will take a shot. Did he stay in bounds? He did not. They'll say he went out at the 4. If he'd stayed in, it would have been a touchdown. In the meantime, we'll start the second quarter for the Bruins at the Harding Academy 4-yard line. But after 12 minutes of play, your score from Memphis, Tennessee, USJ 28 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Harding Academy Lions, who trail your USJ Bruins 28-0 after 12 minutes. All right, Chuck, your thoughts after the first quarter?
USJ's pretty good, and Harding Academy has a lot of opportunity to improve. What
Fair
about
on all accounts?
That's a good thing, though, about being 0-9. You know, even if you go 0-10 after today, next year can't get worse.
And again, as we mentioned, only 4 seniors on this team
right.
for the Lions. So Coach Kendall, an opportunity to cultivate this program. Here we go. First play of the second quarter. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap. This play will be blown dead.
Got a flag on the far side of the
start
field.
on the Bruins, so they'll back it up back to the 9. White hat says you cannot do that.
Other sporting news around the area, Aaron Judge has unfollowed the New York Yankees on Twitter and Instagram.
I don't blame him. I did too. Here we go. First and goal. Make it second and goal for the Bruins from the 9. Here's the snap. Handoff to Finch straight up the middle, and he may not get a finger laid on him. He does at the 1, just strolling into the end zone with basically zero resistance for his 4th touchdown, his 4th Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown of the evening. And, I mean, I don't really know what to say, Chuck. It just doesn't get any easier than that. Of course, USA could have been called for a hold right there, but they did not get called for it. And Finch with his 4th touchdown, 3 rushing and 1 receiving already.
Yeah, I have a feeling USJ is going to be able to do just about anything they want to tonight.
Cooper Sykes in for the extra point. Here it is. It is up, and it splits the upright. So your new score with 11:26 here to go in the first half is USJ 35 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
You don't need
Welcome
to touch
back
that.
to, you leave me alone. Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee. Here's the kickoff. It's a squib taken at the 10-yard line with a huge seam. Beautiful cut, still going and taken down at the 37-yard line. A fantastic return that time by Will Atkins. He's slow to get up on that. Let's see if we get the number of the Bruin that made that tackle, but a big seam right up the middle. And Hardin County with pretty good field position. There's a bad block in the back, not called. And finally taken down by USJ's Abe Stonecipher, the senior DB, on the tackle there on special teams. But, yeah, you see that
the block in the back? Yeah, I was going to point that out. And, I don't know much, but I know I love you. And if I were the Lions, I would try to get the ball in Will Atkins' hand as much as possible.
Here we go. Here is first down for the Lions. Not much doing. Maybe a gain of 2. One of the first positive gains of the night. Sam McMillan on the tackle. Back in at quarterback for the Lions. Sophomore Devin Scripp.
Yeah, McMillan just steps right through the line here. You'll see a better job blocking a little bit. Good cut, but McMillan's just right there. Makes the tackle behind the line. Actually tackles him forward. That's the only gain that they get.
And if you watch that offensive line, the whole thing just stood straight up.
Straight up.
And the bad part, that's on a running play, and they stood straight up. So easy penetration for that 3-man front. Here we go. Same plane once again, and same result. Maybe a yard up to the 41-yard line. That'll set up third, and we'll call it a long 6 for the Lions.
Yeah, short gain, and again, USJ's line. Is this a tough game? Yeah, McMillan in on that tackle, as well as number 44 for the Bruins.
That's Rayburn.
As well as Maddox Rayburn. Are these games hard to play in? When you're playing in a game like this? Is it tough?
Well, I've been on both sides of them, and I'll give you the answer after this play.
Right.
After this play, 3rd and 6. Lions from their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap from Scripp. Handoff to the right side. Absolutely nothing doing that time. Taken down in the backfield. Is that Rayburn again? It is. Rayburn again. Maddox Rayburn with the tackle for a loss. Going to set up 4th down. That was Blake Oswell trying to get to the short side. And Rayburn from his zero technique. Watch this. From his zero. Sheds his blocker. Takes a great angle. And nothing for that running game for Oswell. That's your zero technique doing that. That was a beautiful play.
The only thing I don't love about that is Davis Sane diving over the top. I know he's just trying to avoid contact after the tackle was made there, but let's everybody stay healthy tonight.
Telling you, these can be some of the hardest games of all to play in, and I'm not being silly about that. Here's the snap, the kick. The punt is a high one, but barely goes to about 10 yards. Matter of fact, does not quite get to midfield. Actually, that's exactly where they'll call it. They'll call that midfield. That makes that a 13-yard punt, where the Bruins will set up shop 1st and 10 from midfield with 8:42 left to go here in the first half. You asked me if these games are hard to play in. On the winnings, on the bad side of things, it's misery. It's utter misery because there's nothing fun about it at all. And this game, no matter what, is always supposed to be enjoyable to play. But when you can't put one foot, metaphorically speaking, in front of the other as far as execution goes, a football team, there's nothing fun about it. You just want the clock to run and be done with it and get your season over with. For USJ, it's fun to win. You like to dominate. But the truth of the matter is that you'll get way more resistance in practice.
Yeah.
So it's really a glorified practice of what you're getting tonight.
Yeah, after this play, I'll make a baseball comparison sometimes that can mess with you a little bit. You tell me what you think.
1st and 10, midfield. Here's the snap, dropping straight back, looking to set up a screen. Finds Riley Seals at his own 45. Has a huge convoy in front of him. Gets down into line territory and finally taken down around the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 12 and a Thompson and Smith first down.
Yeah, you'll see Seals here. What a great job by Pettigrew, letting everybody come through on this screen at the very last minute. Flip it to Seals, and nobody's around him but open air. And Seals,
and
15-yard
honestly,
gain.
that play should have gone for a lot more. A couple of the offensive linemen who had set things up, one or two of them missed the block a little bit. That honestly could have went for another 20, 25 yards. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 38-yard line. Here is a give to Finch off of left tackle. Has a seam, not a stiff arm, still going. 30, still on his feet, spun around, still going, driving those legs and still going. Look at this look at this moose just traveling downfield, knocking everybody over. That's going to be a gain of about 20 yards down to the 11-yard line. And look at Kevin Finch spinning, running over his own people, over lines, refusing to go down. That's the Kevin Finch we've been talking about.
Yeah, Rory Jones going with him down there on all the blocks and getting him down securely. But, in these games sometimes, if this were a baseball game and you're playing a team that's making a ton of errors, you're hitting a ball that, is a routine out, they're not, just going between their legs or something like that, you feel worse. Or if you face a really bad pitcher, you could mess up your swing. You could mess up your timing. There are things that could happen. I would imagine it'd be the same way here.
1st and 10. The Bruins can pick up a first down. Pettigrew from the gun. Handoff to Kevin Finch off right tackle. Spun around, but still on his feet. That should be a face mask. Do I see any mustard anywhere? I do not. It may not have been the face mask. May have grabbed him by the shoulder pad. Let's see if we can take a look at this. Here's Kevin Finch. He'll get that handoff, and let's see. He spun around almost immediately. And no. Well, boy,
Yeah,
it sure looks like it right there.
Yeah, that's a Naheem Hines. I mean, that's one of those deals from last week on Naheem.
Yeah,
should have been called there. But that's
instead it'll be a gain of about long 4, just shy of a 5-yard gain. Here's the snap. Pettigrew all the kinds of time looking for Davis Sane over in the corner of the end zone, and he high points the ball. The defender didn't even go up to try to stop him, and it's another Thompson and Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. From Berkeley Pettigrew to Davis Sane from 8 yards, and the Bruins have struck once again, and that is the 3rd touchdown pass for Berkeley Pettigrew on the night.
What a great job by Sane going up there and getting it. And you're right, the defender didn't even take a shot.
He didn't even attempt to defend it.
Well, Sane's 6'6", and he went up to jump. I mean, he may not have been able to.
Here is English with the extra point. Snap was high, bring it in and well, and splitting the upright. It is good. 5:45 left to go here in the first half, and they're still running this clock, and I think it's necessary to do so. 42-0, your new score on Worthy Road Studios.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
My goodness.
Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee, and your Bruins. Oof. Man, here we go. Here's the kickoff by English taken at the 7-yard line for Harding Academy. Another good return for the Lions up to about the 32-yard line, and that's where they'll begin with 4:15, and they're running this clock as they should, even during before the kickoff and the break before the kickoff. They're running this thing. So honestly, depending on if they decide to do a full halftime, I would imagine maybe 8-minute quarters. If not, they'll run this thing. I mean, this game. Let's see, what are we looking at? 7. This game will definitely be over by 8:30.
Again,
for sure.
Why not get the ball? This is the last game of the season for the Lions. Figure out a way. Even if you snap it to him, get Will Atkins the ball. He's been the only spark. Well, I mean, first of all, he's limping
really
well,
badly.
I get it, but he was limping for the last return. He's doing something for me. They're not going to throw the ball this far.
Not only is he limping, he's got Jace Barksdale covering him, so I wouldn't recommend it. Here with the snap, and absolutely nothing doing. This is hard to watch. That is Lucas Everett, the fullback, who will lose 5 yards on the carry. Just absolutely nothing doing for this line. I mean, USJ's defense is already very good, but let's see. It looks like the ball carrier, that's the Lucas Everett, after the tackle, is down, maybe favoring his shoulder.
Yeah, he landed hard on his shoulder there. He was tackled by 3 Bruins. Man, yeah, you're right. You hope everybody stays healthy, both teams, in a game like this.
Yeah, and as far as you asking about the starters are still in this football game, and now they have stopped this clock for the injury with 3:09 left to go here in the first half. USJ leading 42-0, and yeah, this one's hard. It's not only hard to watch, but it's also hard to play in. You know,
right? That's what I would think.
Cheese?
Could you feel a little? Yeah, you better give me my money, Paul. I'll stay for the second half now.
Money, man.
We're about to go on strike. You ever watch those things on TV?
I wasn't going to the track, but tomorrow,
Paul going to 201 Poplar.
They say breakers in the rain, baby.
Breakers in the rain, yeah.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow,
right?
Oh. Yeah, you take those quick breakers in the rain. Now, what were you going to say?
Well, you were talking about playing a game like this. I made a comparison earlier. Sometimes it can mess up things like your swing. It can mess up your, where you're trying to hit the ball, outside pitch, take it the other way. If everything's an outside pitch, an umpire will expand its zone. just to speed the game up. You can actually get worse playing in a baseball game like this.
Well, picture a driveway basketball team, and you're playing 3-on-3, and the other team is really, 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 really bad.
Right.
You know, it makes
That'd be your team.
You're not going to play smoothly, and this is it's hard to call. The game is actually much more difficult than, like, let's say that Hardin County game.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
much harder to call like that because it's just very unconventional in so many ways. But boy, this Bruin team, man, you look out there, and it's not just tonight, clearly tonight, but this team is just. They're just so good in really every aspect of the game of football. Now, special teams could use a little tweaking on maybe kickoff coverage. You know, some things you're going to have to work on because what you don't want to happen
to start the year.
But what you don't want to happen is that to be an issue in a game in the playoffs, in a 100%. Game that can beat you
100%.
If things don't go well. So you don't want to have that linger over into the playoffs. Here we go. 2nd and 13 script from the gun. And I believe, that's Oswell to his left. Script with the snap, dropping straight back, looking, wants to go for it all down the sideline of Barksdale. Single coverage that time on Will Atkins. You wanted to get the ball in his hands. He actually had a little bit of a step. Ball slightly underthrown and pushing him towards out of bounds. So at the end of the day, it's an incomplete pass, and that'll set up 3rd, and we'll call it 14 for the Lions.
I think Barksdale right here, you'll see him slow up. I think he realized he couldn't throw that ball.
Yeah.
Or wasn't going to throw that ball 35, 45 yards.
And he's
on
faster than Will Atkins. So
right.
He knew the ball was a little bit underthrown. So when I say a step, it's true he did have one, but it was mainly because
he was trying to
Barksdale
come back
up
to
a
the
little
ball.
bit. Yeah, for sure. All right, here we go. 3rd and 14 for the line. Here's Script with a handoff off right tackle, bouncing it out, needs a block, actually gets one, and is going to have the first down and much more. I thought this was a hold. Now, as a fumble on the play, did the ball stay in bounds? Let's see. It did, and it's recovered by the Bruins right there around midfield with Noah Spencer on the recovery. Watch right here on the right.
You got to hold there.
Now, right there.
Right there. You got a block in the back.
He had his hands there and turned it, but I don't know if it was necessarily a hold.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Now, here's what's interesting, Paul. Let's go back to this replay because the ball did not go out of bounds, but I wonder if the ball carrier's feet
it looked like
were
his
out
right
of bounds.
foot
Now,
did.
the Bruins are going to get the football because there's no instant replay in football, but let's watch the ball carrier. It's a great run. I'll call this a good block. All he did was turn him. He didn't engage him. So here's the run. Here's the hit, and
maybe the ball could have been loose before his bottom hit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could see the ball moving in his right hand. You'll see right here, right before he goes out of bounds. Look, the ball is loose, and then the ball is out right before.
And by the way, that was Jace Barksdale who put a helmet on the football to force that ball out. So the Bruins take over 1st and 10. Here's Kevin Fitch straight up the middle, a huge hole. 40, cutting it back down to 35, sidestepping a man, still on his feet, breaking another tackle, and finally down at the 30-yard line. That is a 20-yard gain and more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Finch is so good. He's so much
There's
fun
just
to
nobody
watch.
there.
Yeah, there's 40 seconds on it. You'll see him run to the right side here. All of a sudden, number 2 gets engaged again for the Lions, and the only person to bring him down, and Davis Sane was trying to just make one more block down the field for Finch, but Sane's the only thing that really brought Finch down there.
Yeah, DJ Clark credited with that tackle. They'll call it officially a gain of 19, 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the Lion 31-yard line. Finch from the gun. Here's Barksdale in motion on the end around, looking, has a block from Kevin Finch, trying to get the edge, gets it, 35 and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of, what do you think there, Chuck, about 7 yards on the play?
Yeah, but halftime hits. The clock keeps running. Even when the ball's out of bounds, we've got a running clock here in the second quarter.
And that's right. I forgot all about the running clock.
It's just ticking on down,
that was
baby.
a quick 3 minutes. It was literally 3 minutes. So that is going to be your score at the half. And after 24 minutes of play, USJ 42 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big! Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday 8 to 5 or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood, fungus, and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood, fungus, and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Champions Enterprise LLC presents Lamont Ingram's 5th Annual Hub City Fight Night. It's all happening Saturday, October 29th at Champs Event Center on Hollywood in Jackson. The main event, former World Boxing Organization Super Lightweight World Champion DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley versus Derek Murray. General admission tickets $50 each for the entire boxing card. Call 731-736-1109 or buy online. Sponsored by Budweiser, Thomas Media, and Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Gen Z is a stalled generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. and lead a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You know,
my man just got a bread sandwich.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Paul
Memphis, Tennessee.
Paul Schulte got some
Schulte
bread.
just got a chicken-free chicken sandwich.
You know, I used to eat stuff like
Courtesy
that
of the
growing
concession
up.
stand.
Like 2 pieces of bread.
Because I was looking at it. It was still in the envelope. I said, man, they brought Paul just – it looked like a
baby chicken.
And he opens up the aluminum foil, and he removes the
This is
top
not the Lord's
bun,
chicken. This is not the Lord's chicken.
And not a molecule of chicken on
Nope.
that sandwich to begin with.
You,
and Eric did,
so that y'all both just got buns. You think this is because of the score?
Hey, there's a place down the street that has some live chicken. We just supplied the bun around this joint. Man, a chicken-free chicken sandwich.
$5 each.
He paid $10 for two hamburger
There's
buns.
been more people that pay more for buns. You know, you get those really good ones. You know what I mean? The ones that are toasted in sesame seal.
Man, between the fact that I gave him $5 and I got a Diet Dr. Pepper for $5, and now I did tell him to keep the change, but 2 chicken sandwiches for $10 with no chicken on them. I love Memphis.
My water's fine.
Oh, well, and then there's that. Now, welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee, where at the half your USJ Bruins are currently leading Harding Academy at the half, 42-0. This game started under the mercy rule, Chuck, in the middle of the second quarter because the Bruins could have easily scored another touchdown. And I'm trying to remember, Kevin Finch has, 4 touchdowns, 3
did
rushing?
He get the no, David Sane got the last one. That is correct.
So 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown for Kevin Finch. Senior Berkeley Pettigrew has thrown for 3 touchdowns here in the first half. And I don't believe, now I could be wrong, and they got up to 49, but I don't know that Harding Academy has crossed midfield yet in this football game.
They got to the 49 on the first down play, and then remember they had a fumble. The fumble. They were right across midfield on the fumble, and that's it. You know, Bass, I've got some scores of interest from around the area.
Okay.
If I could interest you.
You can.
South Fulton leads Gleason 12-6. Lake County is all over Greenfield, 46-0. Of course, we know our halftime score is 42-0 here at USJ. SGC South Gibson is up on Crockett County, 21-7 at the half, and that is McKenzie. They're up 14-0 with 13 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Are they playing McEwen tonight?
Yeah, they're playing
remember.
McEwen.
I think that game's at McEwen, right?
That is correct. Yeah,
Okay.
Camden leads Gibson County 15-8 in a pretty tight game early on. And then Westview, no surprise here, up 41-0 over Houston County. Dresden leading Brewston 35-0.
Yeah, and Jackson Christian was, what was the score that we had earlier? Was it 35 to what? Paul says 35-6. It may right in that area. Right around
there,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly right.
Lexington leading Southside 20-0.
20-0. And also the early score that we had on that big Lewis County Riverside game, a couple of 8-1 teams on the season. Lewis County broke out first with a 7-0 lead over Riverside. That was a first quarter score, and we haven't had one of those since. Now we're getting close to the start of the third quarter. I'll be interested to see, Chuck. I don't know if they've made some adjustments or not, if they're going to go to 8-minute quarters or not with running clock. We will definitely have the running clock. Sometimes in this scenario, I think that we did that against, what was it, Tipton Rosemark, in which in the second half we just did 8-minute quarters, and the second half literally took like 17, 18 minutes with you factor in the end of the quarter and all that. So we'll see if that's the case, if that's what they want to do. Now, what we do know is that the Lions will receive the football to start the third quarter here, as USJ for the 9th time out of 10 games had the ball first. And of course, obviously we know what they did with it. They scored a 59-yard touchdown on the very first play of the game, and one of the more electric runs that you'll see by Jace Barksdale after the catch. I mean, the pass was about a 20-yard pass, and then Jace Barksdale proceeded to run about 175 yards, crossing the field, zigzagging, making people miss for the first touchdown of many in that first half, but one of just several great plays by the Bruins in the first half.
Yeah, this team's locked and loaded, and I was talking to a couple of the fans during halftime as I was washing my hands, and you saw what you wanted to see as far as having the score and stuff, but now you're like, man, I'm ready to get back at practice. Thank goodness we have a bye week so we can hit a little bit again. That's a big thing. That's a good thing, for the Bruins.
Yeah, and remember, the USJ Bruins will be off next week. They will have a bye, and then 2 weeks from tonight, the Bruins, well, we can't tell you who the opponent is yet, obviously. But
do we know the two options?
I don't know what the options are yet, but as soon as we have that information, and we will know that later on tonight, as in after we're well
we'll
off
definitely
the air,
know before kickoff.
For certain, so we'll be talking about that on Monday in the Cheap Seats live from Marco's Pizza. But there's still work to be done, another half to play here for the Bruins, and I don't know why, but they just put another 2.5 minutes on the clock, and the Bruins are already out there with their kickoff team. Not sure what that's about. They may run that off the clock.
Yeah, maybe 2-minute quarters.
Chuck said, I certainly hope so.
Could be. You never know. Yeah, they got it at second. Yeah, they got it starting at second down already. So,
and it may be.
I feel like I'm at second down.
I feel like you are too.
Yeah. Congratulations to Mark Donahoe. He got his pilot license today. Just received that information.
Yeah, he and I talked 2 or 3 days ago, and he was telling me about all of that, and he loves it. He loves it. Got his plane and got his license.
Could you imagine? There's no way. I like Donahoe fine. No way I went in a plane with that. Or, other than a commercial jet. If he can fly like one of them, Deltas or something, maybe one of those bad boys, but.
Being something of a minor celebrity, I can't do that. Something always happens.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only a minor.
At best.
At best.
I mean, a couple people know my name, but other than that, aren't you that guy? Don't you know where it's from? That guy that did that thing that one time?
Yep. Then he shows them the warrants.
All right, so the clock says we will play 12-minute quarters. Here's the kick. English. It hits a line at the 20-yard line and then scooped up at the 15, still on his feet, and finally taken down about the 27-yard line. That is going to be on the carry. I believe that's number 6, Kevon Chapman, the sophomore running back. And the Lions will begin their first drive of the second half from their own 28-yard line, and we are under the mercy rule, as you know, so the clock is running. If you're just tuning in, you see, why is this clock running? It's because it is 42-0 to start the third quarter.
I noticed that English kicked away wisely, I think, from Will Atkins, who's really been the only bright spot tonight for the Lions. So.
And by the way, the second-team defense is, in fact, in the game for the USJ Bruins. Maddox Raven still in this game, the zero tech who we saw playing in the first half. But for the rest of the part, it is the second-team defense. And not much different here as this hungry group of Bruins, second-team defense, swarming to the football, led by a young man who's played plenty this year, Braden Roberts, the senior defensive lineman. And he's been very good for the Bruins this year.
He has another player coming in. You'll see him right here on the bottom of your screen. It's Christian Melton, and he'll be in on that tackle as well. Melton played big during some key injuries to Parker Barnes and guys like that in the middle of the season. Melton really, leading up to that Jackson Christian game, was really locked down on defense.
Aaron Tunstall in the game on that tackle as well. Now from the gun, here's the toss sweep to the right side and absolutely swarmed under about 3 yards in the backfield by basically the entire USJ defense.
Yeah, that was number 44 on the pitch. That's there, right. Cameron Jones. The pitch, and you'll see as he spun around, that ball shoots up. He's lucky to hold on to it. Watch this spin right here. He receives this. He gets spun around. That ball comes in the air. He catches it back again. But still huge loss on the play.
Yeah, no doubt. And that was Rabin. And once again, we just called his name on the last play, Braden Roberts, defensive line, even though it's a 3-man front. And by the way, in the game as well, he's had some big plays for the second-team defense all year. Paul Jones, the senior defensive lineman at that right tackle, that right defensive tackle position. Here we go. Third and... we'll call it 12 for the Lions. Here's the snap under pressure. Script rolling to his right and just slides down on his own. Didn't want to take the hit. You won't see that very often, but didn't want the contact, and the sophomore just slid down. I don't like seeing that at all, no matter what the situation is.
No, I don't.
You just don't slide down like that without the contact unless you're injured.
Look at the hold here. Look at number 2. He's got a handful. Blake Oswell has a handful here of the Bruins, come across that line. I understand they're not going to call everything, but you kind of take him out of a play there when he's got backside pursuit.
You just you cannot slide down like that. I mean, there wasn't no defender within 2 or 3 yards. He was going to get tackled in the backfield, but he took himself down. And no matter what the situation is. All right, here we go. Bruins on 4th down. Here's the snap. It's a punt that goes straight up in the air. Bruins need to be careful where that ball is. It bounces and rolls back down to the 29-yard line. That's going to end up being a 3-yard punt when it's all said and done. And the Bruins are going to set up shop, I would imagine, with that second-team offense from the Lion. What are we going to call this? The 28-yard line? That ball went straight up in the air.
You know, the only thing I don't like about this right here, look how close USJ is getting to the ball. If I'm number 60, I push Braden Roberts, try to push him into the ball just to see if something can happen there. But, yeah.
Maybe, but at this point, you can clearly tell the Lions are ready to
Right, that's
so
a 3-yard punt.
Up,
that's right. And I hear you. And I'm sure, USJ is as well, right? They're ready to get back to a week of practice, get that bye week in. This is a great opportunity for the young guys to get some reps, which is always important.
Here we go, 3 wide receiver set, Twins to the right. Here's Jackson Strapp from the gun. Titus Taylor Jr. in the backfield. Handoff to Taylor Jr. to his right. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage, loss of about 2 yards on the play. Ezekiel Robertson, the freshman defensive lineman, with the tackle. You mind moving the water?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that water in your way?
Yeah,
I apologize. Right. Yeah, you'll see Taylor take this to the right side. Has a hole open there. Tries to take it all the way around to the end. And number 76. Bryson Allen. No, that's wrong. Ezekiel Roberts is able to get in on the tackle. Felt like if he'd taken one step to the left there was a hole open for him.
All right. Single wide receiver sets, 2 slot to the left as well. Man in motion is Taylor. Here's Jackson Strapp with a swing pass to Taylor at the 35, the 30. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, and finally taken down at the 21-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down. That'll set up third and, what do you think, 3? Third and about 3 from the Bruins from the Lion, 21-yard line with 7 minutes exactly left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Strapp does a nice job just swinging this pass out here to Taylor. And look at Taylor continuing to move those feet. Get the hard yards there. That's an extra 3 with a spin.
Yeah, Strapp does a good job of patiently letting the play develop and set up. And then, of course, Taylor after the catch. He's not quite Kevin Finch yet, but you can see the moves are there, and he's going to be counted on likely the lead back next year for this Bruins offense, and you may be looking at their quarterback next year as well. Strapp from the gun, 3rd and 3. Going for his man, got a streaking man down the left sideline, caught down at the 2-yard line. Outstanding catch by Hayes Carney in the game. Haven't called his name for quite a while, running with the second-team offense here, and Strapp hits him in stride down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, a Thompson and Smith first down, and 1st and goal for the Bruins from the line, 2-yard line.
Yeah, good to see Hayes back out there. Just a junior making a nice grab there, and a really good touch pass by Strapp to get it right down there close to the goal line.
Yeah, plenty of touch on that one. All right, here we go. 1st and goal for the Bruins. Twins to your right, 3 wide receiver set. Taylor to the right of Jackson Strapp. From the gun, here's the snap to give to Taylor, a huge hole, and into the end zone for a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown goes Titus Taylor Jr., the junior running back for the Bruins, and that is the 4th rushing touchdown on the night for the Bruins.
You'll see him right here as soon as this ball is snapped. Taylor, look at the hole. The fullback comes over to block. That's number 60 right here, John Thomas Langley, but hole is there. Taylor's there. Touchdown.
Sykes in for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Your new score with 5:15 left to go here in the third quarter. USJ 49 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
All right, welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee. Your Bruins well in charge of this one, 49-0. Here's a screamer that hits off the deep back and into the end zone. Boy, English about put that ball right through the return man. Holy cow, he got a lot of that one.
You know, in English, just a freshman, we talked all year. He had a stretch of about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 touchbacks in a row, just back to back to back to back. He can really pound it when he needs to. He's going to be a nice weapon as the years go by for that young man and the Bruin team here.
Clock is running, 3:30 left to go in the third quarter of this football game. So this game maybe has 20 minutes left in it, all said and done. So, friends, I tell you all to say that if you're expecting people in Memphis, they're going to be home real soon.
If you're expecting.
All right.
Oh, everyone just straight
Here
up.
is the snap, trying to get to the edge. Nothing doing. Once again, that's going to be another loss for Blake Oswell, about 3-yard loss. Great job of pursuit by that USJ defense, and it's really the same cast of characters that we've been calling, right? Roberts, Maddox Raven in on the tackle there as well. A couple of other, looks like Owen Stonecipher, and great pursuit. He got held and still was able to get in there. Tunstall in on the tackle as well.
You know, the good thing that stands out tonight is a lot of group tackling, a lot of gang tackling. They're right there. That means a lot of people are around the ball. A lot of people where they're supposed to be, they're around the ball. And especially when you get to better competition, keep that up, right? It's going to be harder to run through. You know, it's easier to run through one person than it is 4.
Huh. Don't know where this came from. It's clearly not right now.
Wow. Nice toboggan.
Man, that was another life. All right, here we go. Love scrambling in the open field, cutting it outside, and popped hard by a couple of Bruins that time. Look, was that, let me get that number. Is that 12? Is that Mills Terry? I think that was Mills Terry on that tackle.
It is, yeah. Mills Terry's played some big minutes here for the Bruins, too. Drew English coming in, your kickoff specialist right there. Look at English laying the lumber there at the end, taking them down. My man does a little bit of everything. He said, I don't just kick it.
Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. USJ well in control of this one, 49-0. And Harding Academy has not crossed midfield tonight. So, man, this Bruin defense, they want, and this second team unit, they know that. They well know that. They want to keep that thing going. It's 3rd and 5 for the Lions from their own 25-yard line. Love from the gun. 3 wide receiver sets, rolling straight through the pocket, looking and nearly intercepted. Is intercepted by the Bruins at the 30, the 20, and finally dragged down at the 11-yard line. That's Christian Melton on the interception, and really all he had to do is hold his ground, and Love threw the ball straight at him.
Yeah, junior Christian Melton stepped up so big time and time again this season for the Bruins. You'll see this pass right here. Christian Melton doing his best Brooks Jones impersonation there. Gets this pick, takes it just about back. Only one man could get him down, and he did. But what about these big plays that Melton has made on first team and in second team?
But I'll tell you what, that came as a result of pressure by, I believe that it was Paul Jones, and it was Paul Jones split a double team and put the pressure on Love, forcing him to throw that football when he didn't want to, and straight into the waiting arms of Christian Melton. So Jackson Strapp and the second team offense back on the field from the 11. Here's a snap, quick pass to the right side, flat, complete to the 10, breaking a tackle, still on his feet and diving into the end zone. I do believe he got there. That is Mills Terry, who had the interception and now gets the touchdown. That's Jackson Strapp's first touchdown of the night. That Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown, and the first touchdown for Mills Terry as well.
Good sidestep by Mills Terry here. You'll see him break 1-2 tackles to get in him. Mills is a tall kid, good basketball player, good range, good length, and good dive for the score.
And let's see if they get this extra point off before. Then they will. The kick is up, and the kick is good as time runs out on the third quarter. So your score at the end of 3, USJ 56 and Harding Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
All right, here we go. And English's foot liable to fall off at this point. It is highly used. That kickoff will hit at the 12 and picked up at the 7. And not much further than the 17-yard line, it looks. That is going to be where the Lions set up shop as Mason Reed, the freshman defensive back, with the return there. And the Lions will set up shop with 11:30 left to go in this football game.
Alex Wallace making the tackle here for the Bruins on really good coverage that time. Good zone assignment, lane assignment there for the Bruins.
Boy, you know, he's such an underrated part of this football team. He's a very good special teams player, but his run support all year long, you know, as a defensive back from the safety position has been, it's been fantastic all season long. And I believe for the first time tonight, Harding Academy going under center with double tight formation. Here is a tall sweep to the left side. Nothing doing. He was hit in the backfield, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. A host of USJ defenders, that time led by Drew English.
I'm telling you, my man hits hard. Only a freshman.
Man,
he's fun to watch.
You got that right, man. Him and several other players, but I believe at the end of the day, yeah, you're looking at Drew English on the tackle right there, just nothing doing. And that was out of a double tight formation.
Yeah, wasn't Harding Academy seeing the scouting report on hard hitters like English. They're trying to put two men on him. He just runs through the block. You can't contain him. He looks like Ray Lewis out there.
I'll just say okay.
Look at him. Who else does he remind you of?
Here is a 3 tight end set and off tackle once again, and a big loss on the play. Go ahead and tell him, Chuck.
Yeah, that's your man, English, right there coming out. Look, you know what? More like Terrell Suggs right there from the outside linebacker position. Look at him. I mean, he may be just a step faster than Terrell Suggs right here. Look, watch him get around, shed his block, just fold him up in the backfield.
Just easily disengages from that block. It was not the best effort on the block. All the way back to the 11-yard line. That'll set up third, and we'll call it about 18 for the Lions with 9.5 left to go in this football game.
You never try to stop a moving train.
Yeah.
Can't stop one of those.
This one cannot get over soon enough. And mainly because I want all the Bruins are healthy. They've stayed healthy all night, and they're as healthy as they've been, so you want to keep it that way. All right, here we go. And under pressure, that is right, and he's looking for a man, and it through the hands of his wide receiver. It's so hard to call this game. I mean, it really is. It is just completely unconventional. That was Scripp, and he was looking for Caleb Oliver, incomplete, and that'll set up 4th down for the Lions.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Maddox Rayburn almost has a safety here. Quarterback steps up, throws the ball nose down. He just never laces in, never nose down.
And if they can complete that pass and send it, they may have had enough to get that 1st down. As it stands, incomplete, and the Lions will have to punt once again, and Love basically about his own 2-yard line. And he's only 9 yards back. So he's about another 4 or 5 yards short of what you normally would be.
The snap's been plaguing them all night long. This isn't a good time to have a bad snap.
Yeah, but you don't really need to rush her because the punts just really haven't been going anywhere. So we'll see what happens. Here's the snap. It's a good snap. And Love does actually get a decent punt off here that will hit at the 36 and bounce into the waiting arms of the return man, who is, by the way, Drew English. And he gets it all the way down to the 25. So he's kicked several extra points. The kickoff. He's got
played linebacking position.
A tackle for a loss, a punt return for about 25 yards. Anything else you want to do, Drew? There's still 7 minutes and 52 seconds left here.
Reminds me of a mix between Devin Hester and just Devin Hester's probably good enough there. I was going to say, who is my man? Dexter McCluster.
Pro comparison to you is Devin Hester.
Devin Hester, yeah. I don't know what yours would be. Maybe Justin Tucker and Devin Hester, if they had a baby. Be Drew English.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to get 3rd-team quarterback Corbin Howard in the game. Here's the handoff. I believe that is Jackson Pugh, and it is the freshman running back. son of Thomas and Brooke Pugh, good friends of mine, known them for about 20, 25 years now. And it's great to see young Jackson Pugh, who, by the way, is a put-together young freshman.
Yeah, he's a big-looking kid to only be a freshman. Yeah,
sure.
really good-looking kid there. Good job, Jackson. You see Barrett Shelton in there on the block, just another freshman that you're able to take a look at. And what about freshman Jeb Bush? Yeah, former president's brother. He's out there, offensive line, just a freshman.
All right, here we go. First and 10
Governor
from the 23-yard line. A little option pitch to Pugh is behind him. The ball's on the ground, but he's able to turn around and pick that get that foot on the ground and get that football. No turnover. USJ will lose a couple of yards on the play, but it's much better than a turnover. Like the little option pitch, just slightly, I think, behind Pugh, or a little high is what it was. Pugh not able to handle it, but he did turn around and get the football.
Yeah, when you get two hands up there, that probably just comes from practice and stuff there. Not a terrible pitch there by Howard at all, just maybe a little high than on the face mask. Kind of scares you like a bug hitting the windshield.
3rd and 13. Speaking of bug, he's rearing back, looking downfield, and just out of the outstretched arms of Hayes Carney. He was trying to get Carney, and it was just slightly overthrown. That'll set up 4th and 13. But it's from the, what do you call it, the 25, so actually the 27. Officially marking at the 20. That'd be a 45-yard field goal attempt if they wanted to do it. Boy, that's right there on the edge, maybe a little outside of the range.
You know, Howard
about
had
2 or 3 yards.
Howard had a lot of time there to make the throw. This freshman-laden offensive line is still giving him time to make that throw. Just a little bit overshot there out of the outstretched arms of Carney.
So let's see what happens here on 4th and 13. Howard with the snap, rolling to his right, looking under pressure, and taken down about the 35-yard line for the sack, and the ball will go over on downs to Harding Academy with 5:20 left to go in this football game.
Yeah, Howard trying to scramble his way to get somebody open there. He can move around. He's an athlete. He's got the mobility. Not the tallest guy in the world, but look at him scramble here. That's a coverage sack. There was no one open downfield. Give that one up to Harding Academy. Nowhere for Howard to go with that ball.
You know, and sometimes a young quarterback will I've got to throw the football. And in this case, you don't have to throw the football. So I'd have no problem with Howard eating that football. And you'll let the defense protect this shutout.
Speaking of eating footballs, Paul, have you eaten the bun? Are you going to take it back to management?
Are you just going to say something on the way out?
We're going to say something. Paul, that's $5. That's just a donation to the school.
Chuck has a word for that. Scott him.
Scott him.
Here we go in the backfield. Boom. Hit by a host of USJ defenders. Let me get that number right there. And that is 35 was the person who first hit the ball carrier. That's Miles Horton, little brother of Will Horton.
Yeah, you see Stone Cipher in on this tackle, too. Look at the push.
Look at Horton.
I mean, the linebackers are just waiting back there to make it. There's five people on him.
Yeah, Horton and Melton in on the tackle, but Horton with the initial hit. That's Miles, the younger Horton. 4 minutes exactly to go. USJ leading 56-0. Scripp in at quarterback for the Lions. Here's the snap. Don't even bother calling the false start. There's no reason to. This is going to be a big loss once again. A host of Bruin defenders led by Aaron Tunstall and a couple of others, but great job that time by the USJ defense. Great pursuit.
USJ is just winning this battle. Doesn't matter who's in. Just look at this, the push that the line gets. Just seems like endless numbers of defenders are coming in from USJ.
Yeah, a couple of them. Miles Horton in on that one, as well as Barrett Shelton.
Yeah, Barrett, just a freshman, too. Good to see these young guys
and this
get
is what
chance.
The third team, you know,
correct,
in some cases here. So love to see these guys. They've worked just as hard as anybody else. They want to play some football, and that's what they're doing. All right, here we go. Here's Scripp with the snap, looking downfield, deep downfield into triple coverage, and it is intercepted by the Bruins. That's going to be number 14, Justin Parker. With the interception, the junior defensive back, you know, Scripp goes down the field. It's one of the first down the field attempts they've had, and perfectly covered by the Bruins secondary. Again, triple coverage, and going up and snagging that football is Justin Parker, the junior DB. And the shutout is intact with 2:40 left to go and a running clock.
You know, the thing about Scripp is he had plenty of time there. Threw a good ball. The problem is he threw it into triple coverage. USJ can rush 3 and get plenty of pressure, bring in a linebacker. Then you've got 4. You got 7 men back for when they do want to throw the ball, and there's just nowhere to go with it.
Howard from the gun, 3 wide receiver sets. Pugh to his left. Here's the snap. Handoff to Pugh. Not much doing. In fact, he'll lose about 3 or 4 yards. Good penetration by that Harding Academy defensive line.
They're able to get back there, and Blaine Lafferty, I think he got tied up here on the turf, kind of fell down, and the line stepped up and was able to get Pugh here. Yeah, you see him just kind of got tripped up there.
We'll call it 2nd and 14 for the Bruins. 1:45 left to go in this football game. USJ comfortably in control of this one, 56-0. Howard again from the gun. Pugh to his right. Going for it all down the left sideline, and the receiver's mugged. The ball's well underthrown, and there is 0 chance of anybody throwing a flag in this last 82 seconds. I don't care what happens.
You'll pick it up, put it back in their, put it back in their satchel.
Harding Academy could bring like 30 German Shepherds out there on the field, and they wouldn't throw a flag. It ain't going to happen. I mean, they're trying to get this game over with, and we appreciate that.
You think German Shepherds shed a lot? I would
never
imagine.
had one. I've never had
either.
one.
I mean, they're long hair, but sometimes I've heard that long hair dogs don't shed as much.
I know, they scare me. All right, here we go. 1 minute left to go in this football game. Howard from the gun. Here's the snap, dropping straight back, looking to set up a screen across the middle. It's complete at the 35, the 40, the 45, still going. It's a race down the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and ran out of bounds right there. That is Hayes Carney on the reception on the drag route, and he nearly got there. Howard said, man, I want a touchdown, baby. That is a gain of 66 yards, and the Bruins, if they choose to, have an opportunity to score once again, leading 56-0, and we're down to the final 20 seconds in this football game, and the Bruins look extremely uninterested and worrying about getting any more points on this game tonight. As a matter of fact, they've actually headed towards the sideline, and that is going to flat do it as this clock is running out. Very classy by Coach Strapp and the USJ Bruins. No reason to score again, and this game has officially gone final. Your final score from Memphis, Tennessee: USJ 56 and Harding Academy nothing. We'll take this 4-minute timeout, come back and put a bow on it on Worthy Road Studios.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
And welcome back. We actually decided to make that a 2-minute break.
We did.
Instead of a 4-minute break. But
came from management.
Hey, yeah, it came from the top. So because Paul wants revenge on the concession stand, and I don't blame him.
I mean, I sold my man a bun.
2 of them.
Yeah, exactly, $10 worth of buns.
Man, weren't you?
Yeah, it's actually
right. So it's a final here at Harding Academy. USJ ends the regular season at 9-1. What an effort tonight by the Bruins. Coach Strapp's team in every facet of the game, just crisp tonight. And as I mentioned, I promise this was by far the hardest game to call, without question, and it's a hard game to play. It's hard for you to stay sharp in situations like that, but they did that, and I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. It's a clean game for the Bruins, not a lot of penalties, no personal fouls of any kind, and a clean 56-0 win. Now the Bruins will go home, and they've got 14 days before they'll play a playoff game at home at Kirkland Field, opponent to be determined. But Chuck, there's no need to analyze this game. That game was what it was. But I will ask you this. Going into this, after this bye week and getting ready for the playoffs, how do you feel about the Bruins' chances in the playoffs this year? Because the second season starts in 14 days.
Agree completely. Don't love this game. Wish we could have flipped the Trinity game and the Harding Academy game, kind of ended with a little bit bigger of a challenge going into bye week, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is, and you got to play when you play, so no big deal. I really like this team a lot, Bass. I think that, their first-round matchup, they'll be a decided favorite in probably the second round, too. You think, does this team run into a team like a Jackson Christian or a Trinity again? Does it run into somebody, top seed from the other side? You're going to be challenged, and they're going to be tested. This team's been too good all season long. They were good in that Union City game, but man, if they were a 7 then, they're a 10 right now, and I feel like they've been a 10 throughout most of the season. I think that this year, if I'm a Bruin fan, my expectation is to get to Cookeville.
And, I believe I have this right. I don't have the brackets pulled up in front of me, but I believe I have this right, that the Bruins and Jackson Christian, the only way they're meeting again is in a state title game.
Okay, I thought that they could maybe meet in the region.
I don't believe so. I believe they would
they
meet
could still
in the
meet.
State title game, and that would be fantastic. But there's a whole lot to do between now and then. But it was a dominant performance tonight for USJ. And how about a regular season in which not one of the 10 opponents was able to even crack 20 points against the Bruins? That is absolutely incredible because they played some really good offenses along the way and different types. And here's what's beautiful about it. You've got a dual threat quarterback a dual threat offense in Jackson Christian, who's got a great passing game and running game as well. You got that great running game of Union City. You got the great balance of Hardin County, who can run it, throw it, do everything you're looking for. And not one of those offenses was able to crack 20 on this defense. So we can talk about Kevin Finch, Berkeley Pettigrew, Jace Barksdale, all these guys, and all those things, how good they are, they would all be true. But it may be this defense that might be the most impressive thing about this football team, Chuck.
Don't know that I can argue with that one bit. They've really stepped up. Nothing above 19. That's so impressive. And, again, so many contributions made on both sides of the ball. And that could be what carries them because that's kept them in games. I remember the defense. Jackson Christian got off to an early lead, and that defense really clamped down on Jackson Christian and allowed USJ to kind of work. So, yeah, they're an unbelievable unit. But this whole team's they're ready. This is the year.
Well, we're looking forward to bringing this playoff coverage for you. You're starting 2 weeks from tonight with USJ. Now, we will be off next week as the Bruins do not play, so I fully intend to take every bit of advantage of that, and I know that you do too. And in 14 days, myself, Chuck Walker, and the folks here, Paul Schilling and the folks with Worthy Road Studio, will be bringing you that second-round game, if you will. It'll be the first playoff game for the Bruins, but round one of the playoffs starts 7 days from this very day. So we're going to get out of here and make tracks for the 7-3-1. We want to thank Paul Schulze, his whole team, all the great folks that brought you high school football. Bryce Mott producing and directing back at Newstalk 101.5 FM. You can check him out on the postgame show going until 10 o'clock. But most importantly, all of you who took the time to watch and to listen this football game and all season long with USJ. Your happy total from the 901. Your USJ Bruins final score, USJ 56 and Harding Academy nothing. Have a great night, everybody.